So today I'm reacting to the Filipino genius who shook the whole world. In this video they said, hey, check this out, it's actually pretty interesting, we know that you like history or just things that are informational. I was like, all right, let me check this out. Clicked it. I saw that a lot of people said a lot of good things about it. Without further ado, let's just check this out together, please. I want to see the Filipino genius who shook the world. Let's just see this. Come on, let's join me.
The mysterious Filipino genius shook the entire world. Not just regular people, but also big organizations like the FBI and the Pentagon.
Ooh.
No one could track his location for 30 years. What's mind-boggling is how this one Filipino man managed to shake the whole world. We need to understand more about what he did, why he did it, and how his actions affected the whole world. Looking deeper into his story might reveal more about what made him so frightening and why he could make everyone so uneasy everywhere. Make sure to watch the entire video because every detail is crucial.
What?
He did not make people scared around the world for attention. The last time he was seen in public was 30 years ago, where he covered his face and let his lawyer answer most questions. After that, no one knew where he was for 3 decades. In the early 2000s, the world was swept in the excitement of the computer era, following months of concern about the anticipated Y2K catastrophe.
Did he show like a loophole?
Computer systems
I already
were
feel like he
feared
did.
to malfunction during the transition from the 1990 to 2000. The new millennium began without major issues. The prevalence of home computing and widespread internet access marked this period, without many viewing the internet as a positive, albeit somewhat mysterious, advancement in human history. At 23 years old, he was finishing his computer science degree at AMA Computer College in Manila. But in Manila, the only available option for home internet was a costly dial-up connection, and his family could not afford it. Even though he believed internet access was a basic right, it was limited to those who could buy dial-up passwords.
I think
because of the unfairness,
my dad told me about that.
He got an idea for his college thesis, a program called Trojan that could automatically gather internet passwords from any computer it got into. He argued it wasn't stealing since the people still had their own internet access and didn't lose anything.
Yeah.
But his college professors didn't like the idea and said no to his thesis. He thought they were close-minded and didn't want to believe he could easily find weakness in computer systems. He improved his program and started testing it in real situations. He joined local message boards and chatted with people who did not seem very familiar with computers. He would then send them a file claiming it was a photo of himself. However, the file wasn't a photo,
I had a Trojan.
it was a script that would run by itself when opened, look for internet passwords on the computer, and send anything it found back to him. The plan kept him connected to the internet.
That's scary.
for
People
months,
still do that, you know.
But he realized that his program had more potential, and he was eager to witness it in action himself. The Filipino man who spread fear worldwide was Onel de Guzman. Onel de Guzman, like many hackers, never thought that his love bug, Worm, would get much attention. But when he released it into the wild in 2000, it spread farther and faster than had ever been seen before, and left billions of dollars of damages in its wake. In 2000, Onel made significant modifications to his password stealing program.
How would you feel? Think about it for a second. I don't mean to pause and interrupt, but like, think about that for a second. You kind of release something not expecting it to be too crazy, and then boom, billions of dollars of damages. Ooh, I'll be like, I'm like, listen, my bad, bro. My bad.
First, he eliminated its geographical limitations. Instead of only focusing on computers in Manila, the uploaded Trojan could now operate anywhere in the world. Next, he made it so the program could spread on its own, When it found a new person, it would use a program in Microsoft Outlook to send a copy of itself to everyone in that person's email contacts. This turned it into a complete computer worm. Then he added some new things the worm could do. It didn't just steal passwords, it also replaced random files with copies of itself. This meant its influence grew each time someone tried to open a file that was infected. After that, he understood that people worldwide probably wouldn't care about opening a file claiming to be his self-portrait. So he gave the program a new look. He thought people really wanted to find love. So he named the email I love you and attached a love letter. Thinking that most people would definitely open it. At 1 a.m. on May 4, 2000,
1 a.m. of
O'Neill
course.
picked his first target, a Filipino man in Singapore. He sent the man a copy of the worm, then went out for drinks with a friend. When he came back home later that day, his life took a drastic turn. The love bug worm was way more successful than he thought it would be. As the day started around the world, people checked their emails, saw the I love you message, opened it, and caused a chain reaction of infections as the worm spread to everyone in their contacts. In just a few hours, many email servers got flooded and millions of people got hit by the worm. Companies worldwide had to stop their email systems because the worm was spreading. Even the Pentagon and the British Parliament had to defend against it. Police were quickly able to narrow down their search.
Or
to the
Jeepneys
Philippines.
thingies, right?
They
Is that what
tracked
it's
the
called?
email address registered there, specifically to an apartment in Manila where O'Neill lived with his sister. O'Neill's mother found out that there was a manhunt for a hacker in Manila, and knowing that her son enjoyed hacking, called him and warned him. Fearing a police raid, she then hit his computer, though she accidentally left the disks containing his worm out in the open. When police arrived at the apartment the next day, O'Neill was not there, but his sister's boyfriend, Ramones, was. Police arrested Ramones and put a warrant out for O'Neill. But because hacking and malware creation were in crimes in the Philippines, they were not sure what charges would apply. O'Neill hired a lawyer and laid low in his mother's house for days, afraid to use a computer or go outside. Of
course.
As he became globally known as the Love Bug's creator. At a press conference, he hid his face as his lawyer answered questions for him, but did speak up once to tell the reporters that he may have released the worm by accident. The prosecutors thought about accusing O'Neill of credit card fraud, but they soon realized they did not have enough evidence to move forward. The charges they were thinking of needed a proof of criminal intent, and O'Neill's statement in a press conference that the release might have been accidental made proving intent almost impossible. O'Neill had always been shy and fearful of publicity, and the global chaos surrounding the love bug scared him to his core. For a year after the incident, he didn't touch a computer, and he never went back to his college to complete his degree. He eventually became a cell phone technician, and in 2020 he admitted for the first time that he had created the love bug and that he deeply regretted it. He still feels embarrassed and ashamed every time a friend brings up the love bug or asks him about it, and he's not sure how he'll explain his illicit past to his children. In the end, love bug spread to over 80 million computers, caused as much as 8.7 billion in damages. Lovebug wasn't the most destructive malware in history, and O'Neill did not create it to be. It's worth mentioning that Filipinos are smart people and have lots of potential, but corruption and lack of opportunities often mean that many talents aren't used. Still, Filipinos globally are making big contributions, like working as nurses, domestic helpers, mariners, and many more. Remember, making the virus initially was to get internet access. This highlights that when chances are limited, some might turn to questionable means to manage. On the other hand, when there are opportunities, Filipinos can achieve impressive things.
You know, I find it interesting, especially at the end when he said that he went to work for like a cell phone thing. He obviously quit the computer stuff because obviously he felt, as he said, ashamed and everything. And obviously he was a genius. I mean, he had this idea that everyone was kind of very close-minded about. Well, for example, in my shirt, right? This is in Portuguese, which is one of the first languages I speak. And it says, o pior cego é aquele que não quer ver, which means the worst blindness is those that don't want to see. And the reason why this applies, this isn't just some shameful plug of my shirt, y'all. I'm saying it's funny that I'm wearing this, and you know, this video, he had mentioned that the teacher was closed-minded about his idea, and it led him down this path that made him create this thing to try and just do it himself, and then kind of ended up costing $8.7 billion in damages. But in reality, he didn't want that to happen. He just wanted to try and get that idea out there and do something about his idea. And then it so happened to, you know, cause harm. And the thing is, like, you know, if the teacher wasn't very close-minded, was open to his idea, wasn't, like the shirt said, you know, the worst kind of blindness is those that don't want to see. She was just willing to just try and see, or maybe try to understand in some sort of way. Could have been very differently, but I'm not blaming it on the teacher, okay? And I'm not blaming it on him too. He obviously clearly wanted to do something good, and he had an idea that he wanted to try. It was the you know, the launch of the internet, basically, kind of. And when this happened, it was way easier to kind of just throw viruses out there. And now if you were to go to your email will tell you itself that this might be a virus, this might be spam, or this or this. And obviously so much work has been done, and this is why he's considered a genius. Technically he has helped viruses to be prevented, whether he realizes that or not. So there's always like a bright side to look at these sort of things, because it kind of made me sad when he was saying that he's kind of ashamed now every time a friend brings it up. But to me, if I met him in person, I'll be like, bro, don't be ashamed, you know, like, you didn't mean to do something like this. Your intentions were pure, and that's truly what matters. Like, no matter what anyone says about you, no matter what someone thinks about you, as long as you know yourself, your intentions are pure, nothing else really matters. People could call you a scammer, people could say you're a hacker, you're this, but in reality, you know yourself. And if you know that your intentions were pure-hearted, you just wanted to try to make this idea come true, and it so happened to get out of control, you know, that's really what's important. If I saw him, though, continuing on, I would say, like, you know, you obviously had pure intentions and you had a really bright idea. You're a bright individual. You wanted to try something. It happened to get out of control. But the bright side is, even with those damages, you made them realize something important, that, wow, it's very accessible, which also means it's very accessible to viruses and hacks. So they kind of had to work around that, found it, and now look, now you save them from billions of dollars of damage. So you caused billions of dollars of damages, but now you save people from billions of dollars of damages because of the fact that you made, you know, emails and things of that nature all improve in a way. Perspective. Right? But yeah, this video was really dope. This video was by Dave Roams. I enjoyed it. Very informational, and I like that. There's a video there in the background of playing and just walking through the Philippines. Very beautiful, which I will be traveling to this year, 2024. Cannot wait. But this video was very nice. I liked it. I love videos like these. Let me know if y'all want me to watch maybe another video by him, or link another one if you guys want me to react to it. And yeah, I love you guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hey, if you liked it, leave a like. If you loved it, subscribe. If you want more, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, till next time, guys. Peace.